Let's see. Can I be heard? Are you guys hearing me at all? All right. Am I live? Can you guys see me, hear me? Am I here? Okay, so you can see me. I don't know what the deal was there. I had to do a reboot of my computer. So, anyway, I apologize for that. I do apologize. All right, we're here. We're here. All right. Again, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. I guess I just needed to reboot everything. Okay, cool. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, all right. We're good. I think. Let me do some shout outs here before we get the show started. I appreciate you all sticking with me here in the chat. Let's see. Who have I got with me tonight here? We've got... We've got... Oh, well, thank you, Bacon Pew Pew, for re-upping your membership, your channel membership. Appreciate that. Got Michael K with us tonight. Saturn Video, Scratch Burno, Rick Hunter, Richard Stange. We got The Horrible Show, Michael Sullivan, Tanker Yanker. There's Christian in the chat. What's up, Christian? Swaggy G, The Trash Stash, Geriatric Geek. I love that name. Jack Hunter, what's up? Let's see. We've got Wander This World. Got my old buddy Keith, Captain Halloween. There's Cody, dude who loves movies. What's up, man? There's Rambo Raff. How you doing tonight, Matt? We got Olivia in the chat tonight. How are you tonight, Olivia? Hope you're doing well. Dying Breed. Manuel, what's going on, Manuel? Jeff Spicoli, what's up? Jeffrey Desure, Ewan Thomas. I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. I understand there's some sort of, there's a big sporting event going on tonight. I don't know. Are you guys aware of a sporting event going on tonight that people watch simply because, simply for the commercials, it seems like? I think that's the only reason anybody watches this particular sporting event. But anywho, we got some topics to discuss tonight. And if you could, one thing I'd like to ask everybody in the chat, if you see somebody chatting and you don't recognize their name, say hello. Welcome them to the chat. I know there's a lot of people who watch the stream, but I think some people may be, I don't know, hesitant to want to dive into the chat and say hello and start up a conversation. So, if you do see somebody who you don't recognize in the chat, say hi to them. Welcome them. But I hope everybody's doing well. There's Jason Lima. What's up, Jason? Super Bowl and bong hits over here. Nice. Nice. I am feeling a little better. I am. I'm finally starting to feel better. I've had the crud for it was a week last Friday. Yeah, it was a week last Friday. Yeah. So like a whole week, I've just felt really bad and just tired and yucky and, Pia's great job on Corporate Ken's roundtable stream last week. Oh, thank you, Wander This World 97. That was fun. Always fun to hop on Ken's stream. That's the second one I've been on to talk about physical media and the like. So, Gloom Boom, what's up? K Crow, how's it going? There's Leatherface Plays. What's going on, Leatherface Plays? Hope you're good tonight. So let's talk about some topics here. Oh.
Yes, darling, what is it? Mother, this cloth smells of death.
What's going on, Static? Thank you for the $2 super chat. Did you ever see Blood Diner 1987? Yes, I have seen Blood Diner 1987. I know it's got a big cult. It's got like a big cult following. It's not my favorite, like, super goofy 80s horror comedy. It's a lot of fun. And I probably need to rewatch it. It's been a few years. But, yeah, I like it. It's fun. Not my favorite, but it's fun. Dave is watching the Super Bowl. Okay, so are you multitasking here? You're watching me and the Super Bowl? By the way, who's winning the Super Bowl? I think it's the Chiefs and the Eagles. I don't particularly. I stopped following sports just altogether several years ago, and I just don't even care. Don't even care. I've not really missed them, to be honest. Yes, you never miss a stream. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate that. And I appreciate everybody being here tonight. So let's talk about some topics here, shall we? What are you guys familiar with AMC's new ticket pricing that is going to be based on Sightline? So starting at certain AMC theaters now, you're going to be charged extra based on where you want to sit in the theater. So if you like that, near the front, middle of the row seating, you're going to have to pay extra for that starting very, very soon. This is something that they're rolling out in select cities at the moment, and pretty soon it is going to be everywhere, which I think it's strange because, if you're in the theater, it seems to me like theaters, especially one as big as AMC, would want to encourage more people to come, and raising prices is probably not the best idea, it seems to me. So let's see here. This is the article. I'll just read from it briefly. At your next visit to AMC theaters, getting a prime seat may cost you a little extra. The country's largest exhibition chain is rolling out Sightline at AMC, a ticket pricing initiative based on seat location within the auditorium. Similar to music concerts, sporting events, or Broadway, moviegoers will have the option to pay more or less for admission, depending on where they choose to sit in the venue. By the way, let me know where is your preferred seating location in the theater. Do you like front and center? Do you like the back row? Do you like the very back corner? Do you want to be as close to the screen as possible? Do you not like people sitting behind you, which I really don't like people sitting behind me, but let me know where particularly in the theater you all like to sit. The initiative kicks off on Friday at select AMC locations in New York, Chicago, and Kansas City, and will be expanded to all domestic AMC locations by the end of the year. By the way, Elijah Wood is not happy with this decision by AMC. There will be 3 different seat pricing options. The first is standard Sightline, described as the seats that are the most common in auditoriums and are available for the traditional cost of a ticket. I'm guessing those are going to be on the side of the theater, or on the side of the very end of the aisles is what I'm guessing. And Value Sightline pricing is only available to AMC Stubs members, including the free tier membership. Let me start over here. There's Value Sightline, referred to as seats in the front row of the auditorium, as well as select ADA seats in each auditorium, and are available at a lower price than standard Sightline seats. Value Sightline pricing is only available, yada, yada, yada. The third option is Preferred Sightline, which are the seats in the middle of the auditorium and are priced at a premium to standard Sightline seats. AMC Stubs A-list members will be able to reserve seats in the Preferred Sightline section at no additional cost. So is anybody here an AMC Stubs A-list member? Or I guess there's different tiers to being an AMC Stubs member. I don't know. I'm not a member. If you are, let me know. I'm guessing that the A-list is probably the top tier. Theaters that offer Sightline at AMC are expected to provide a detailed seat map that outlines each seating option during the ticket purchase process online on the AMC app and at the box office. It's not applicable to Discount Tuesdays. Okay, that's good. Let's see if there's anything. Yeah, so they are following in the footsteps of, like, if you go to a concert, if you want to sit up front, you want a good, facing the stage kind of seat, that's going to cost more than if you're over here on the side or if you're up in the nosebleeds. That's what they're doing at AMC theaters. It's already started, and it's going to expand in the near future. So I don't know. What are you guys thinking about this decision here? What's up, Zombie7979? If there's one thing the pandemic taught me, it's how to be patient. I will not pay $70 for new games, and I won't pay AMC's prices. I've got a 65-inch 4K OLED and a 5.1 Atmos setup. I'll wait for digital. Maybe 3 rows back in the middle, so between the front and middle. That's a good place to sit. That's a good place to sit, Matt. Don't necessarily need to be top row, but I always pick farthest chair on either side. That way, if someone has to sit right next to me, there's only one side to worry about. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Jeff Spicoli likes to sit mid, close to front. That's kind of where I like to sit too, really. It's kind of close to the front, in the middle, but I don't want anybody sitting behind me. AMC fired you for giving away sodas, Jack? Huh. But like the AMC card holders, this isn't going to apply to them. I guess if you've got the top tier, but it kind of seems to me like AMC is wanting people to become members, and then once that happens, then they're just going to jack up the price of the AMC, whatever it's called. I go to the movies about 6 times a year, so I'm not that worried. That's actually a gosh. I don't know if I go to the theater anymore, even 6 times a year, to be honest. I love and support theaters, but it's ballsy to try and charge extra for seating. I have a home theater. I'm good. Yeah, I mean, again, movie theaters have been suffering. And they want to get people to come back. This isn't how you do it, I don't think. Raising the price doesn't, I mean, going to the movies already is expensive, especially, I mean, if you're going to take a date, or if you're going to take some friends, or you're going to take, the family. I mean, it's already going to the movies. I mean, if you take 3 or 4 people and you buy concessions, I mean, that's $100, right? At least. Hey, Boogie Manny, how you doing? I'm good. I saw somebody say that they were an AMC Stubs member. I'm an A-list Stubs member, top tier member, Anthony. And how many? How much does that run you a month? And how many movies are you allowed to watch within that time frame? I've heard that some people pay like $20 and they either get to see as many movies as they want per month, or they get to see 3 a week or something like that. A family of 4. Yeah, a family of 4, that's got to be $100. You go to the theater. Even if you go to a matinee, I mean, that's got to be $100. Not counting, gas to get to the theater. 3 a week. Okay, so you get to watch 3 a week with the AMC Stubs thing. Okay. See, like if I was a member of that, I would either feel like I've got to go watch just whatever's there to get my money's worth, or, I'm going to be like, I'm just giving them $20 a month for nothing. Always making changes, AMC. That's funny. Gustavo, how you doing, Gustavo? You've not been to the movie since Infinity War, DJ? That's been a while. Hopefully South Park does an episode on it. Yeah, I heard the new season of South Park is out now. I've not seen it, the new episode or new episodes yet. If you've not dropped a like on the stream, please do so. I'd appreciate that. Yeah, I think that's the same to me, Bog Zombie. Like these days, it takes a lot to get me to go to the theater. Like it's got to be, like I really wanted to see Infinity Pool, but I can wait until streaming. And besides, in Infinity Pool, for me to see that, I'm going to have to drive, 40 to 45 minutes one way or 45 minutes to an hour the other way, because it's not playing anywhere near me. I went to see Megan mostly because Jeremy dictates mostly what I see at the theater these days. Like if Jeremy wants to go see it, we go see it. He wanted to see Megan. We went and saw Megan. He wants to go see Scream 6. I would have gone to see Scream 6 anyway, but he really wants to go see Scream 6 in the theater, so we're definitely going to go do that. Also, we're going to talk about Scream 6 here in just a little bit. And that's right. I mean, Jason Lima, yeah, the window between the theatrical release and a movie premiering on a streaming platform is a couple of weeks. I mean, Megan was like 2 weeks. Infinity Pool may take longer, but by this time next month, I'd be shocked if it's not on Peacock or somewhere. Piaz, who is going to be monitoring where people sit in the theater, the employees are paying $10 an hour. Yeah, see, that's a good question, Alyssa Milano. That's a really good question. Who is going to be monitoring where people are sitting? Because I don't know about you guys, but at the theaters where I go, nobody's monitoring anything. So once you get into the theater, it's a free-for-all. Nobody's coming through and checking whether people are being loud, whether people are, got their feet up on the seats. That just doesn't happen at any of the theaters that I go to, even the nicer ones. Once you get in the theater, that you're left to your own devices. Like back in the day, I remember, you'd look over toward the exit and you'd see somebody standing there looking at the audience. Occasionally somebody'd come in with a flashlight and say, "Hey, can I see your ticket?" That doesn't happen anymore. At least not that I've seen in years. So yeah, who is going to enforce that? I mean, I guess if you pay for a seat and you find somebody sitting in it, you can ask them to move. And if they refuse to move, go get a staff member and, maybe, maybe they'll move then. Maybe they won't. I don't know. That's a good question though. Yeah. Nobody monitors seats where I go either, Richard. Haven't in a long time. Yeah. And Anthony, yeah, I was talking about this during a stream recently where there was, when I was watching Megan, there were people a couple of rows behind me, like they were drunk, just having a conversation between themselves. And, you either turn around and you go, shh, or you go, can you please keep it down? And then you don't know what's going to happen, And I don't want to go get an usher, some high school kid who's working at the theater for $8 an hour and leave it in their hands to do something. I don't want to get, they're kids. They're making minimum wage. And I saw somebody in the chat and I agree, the theater experience is special. It always has been. I think it always will be. Pardon me while I sip my cherry Coke Zero. What's up, PlayStation 9? How you doing, man? Thank you for tuning in on Twitch. The movie going experience, the theater experience is special. It really is. And you're not going to get that same experience at home. But what the experience you do get at home is comfort, is you can eat and drink whatever the hell you want. You can watch the movie in your underwear. You can sit on your recliner, with your cat in your lap. You know what I mean? You can smoke a bone. You can drink the Good Doctor, whatever you want in the privacy of your own home. That doesn't equate to the theater experience, but it's pretty darn close. And in a lot of instances, I would prefer home. I've got a nice big TV. I've got a nice sound setup. I've got a comfy, recliner love seat here. I've got plenty of Coke Zero. I've got lots of the Good Doctor. I can wear my comfy robe and my house shoes, and by golly, I'm having a blast. What's up, Mike? How you doing, sir? The Real Fifth Beetle is here. Bacon Pew Pew just watched The Dentist for the first time today. Really enjoyed it. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, fun movie. I've actually not. I've actually got that right there. I've not watched it yet though. But those are fun movies. The pause button is a big plus too. Trash Stash, yep. Gotta go to the bathroom. Want to go make a sandwich, bowl of cereal. Just hit pause. Go do it. Be gone as long as you want. Yeah. You have more distractions at home, Manny. I don't. I don't have hardly any distractions at all. Turn my phone off. I'm pretty much distraction free. So yeah, I don't know. I'm perplexed with this whole seating Sightline stuff. Honestly, again, it just seems to me like the theaters would want to encourage people to come back, not raise prices and drive them away. But I don't know. What do you guys think? How can a theater chain like AMC improve upon the theater going experience to get you to come back if you're somebody like me or or somebody like me who goes less and less, or, I don't know. How can they improve the movie going experience to get you back in the theater, a lot? More comfortable seats, lower prices on, I don't know, concessions, actually hiring ushers who will enforce, the be quiet. I don't know. What do you guys think? How can we improve the movie going experience here? What's up, Chris? Slasher Home Video. How you doing, sir? Theaters have disclaimers before the movie start, but no one listens to that. No button. Yeah, no one really ever has. If I could try to look on the bright side of the AMC theater goers, is there's a chance of more premium ticket price situation can weed out the people who ruin the experience for others. I've thought about that too, Christian. Like maybe they're trying to cut down on the riffraff a little bit. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but you're doing that at an expense to, at great expense to, people like you and I who just want to go and watch a movie. We're having to pay extra for that, which I don't know. In some instances, I'd probably be all right with that, to be honest. I know Alamo's theaters will toss people for texting during a movie. Yeah, that's what I want. If you're being too loud, somebody comes and asks you to leave. If you're texting, you're out. They see that your phone lights up, maybe you get a warning. Your phone lights up again, you're done. Hey, there's the Daily Ghost. What's up, man? What they should have done is lowered prices on the non-premium seats. So no price hikes, but lowering those other seats to encourage people to go at all. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. What's going on with this UFO getting shot down over Alaska? Seems odd that the mainstream media are talking about it. I've not paid too much attention to the whole UFO thing. It just seems to me like all of a sudden there's a lot of UFOs being sighted and being shot down, and it's probably not the best way to welcome visitors from visitors from space by shooting them down. But I don't know. Alamo Draft House is where it's at. I wish I had one near me. There's Mid-Level Media. We were just talking about you a little while ago, Ken. Hope you're doing well. If they added tubs where I could have a nice bubble bath while watching, I'd go more often. Yes, but you've got to share those tubs. Are you going to be? That's just not going to. I don't think that's going to work. That sounds good. You could take a bubble bath while you watch a movie, but I just don't see that working out. They've come in peace and we're blowing them out of the sky. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I think this move and a few others recently is a sign that things have gotten too big. Pleasing the customer isn't their concern anymore. You see it a lot now. That's true. That's true, Chris. Yep. It seems like, yeah. It almost seems like displeasing the customer is higher up on the list than pleasing the customer. CJM, what's going on? There's Joe Reese. What's up, man? I'm pretty over the theater at this point. We get the shortchanged here in Kentucky. None of those super nice AMCs or Alamo Draft House. Yep. That's true. That's true. Although what spoiled Jeremy and I are the recliner seats. And for us to get good recliner seats, we've got to drive. So every movie Jeremy wants to go to, he mentions the exact theater that has the recliner seats. And that one's a good, probably about an hour away. But if it's the right movie, it's worth it. Joe Reese says, Piz at gold ticket theaters, the ticket prices are $9 and large drinks are $8. Corporations need to be out of the theater biz. Leave it to those who are passionate about the art form. Indie theaters all the way. So I don't know. We'll see. I think what AMC is trying to do is push more and more people to become the AMC card holders, whatever it's called. But then they're just going to jack that price up too. So Ben Grimm has no less than 8 theaters in less than 25 minutes from where he lives. Wow. That's pretty cool. You're a lucky dog. It's not like that. It's not like that here in Kentucky. Tubi is our Lord and Savior. Tubi rocks. Tubi is awesome. Tubi has everything. Literally everything. Excuse me. Got to sit through some ads, but whatever. What's up, Anthony Oliver? So I don't know. If you've not dropped a like on the stream, please do so. I'd appreciate that. Let's talk about something else really quickly that's really kind of got under my craw. And that is 4K UHD discs being region locked. Now, one of the good things about 4K UHDs is natively they're region free, right? Well, check this out. Jesse from Diabolic DVD posted this on Twitter the other day. Bad news. The Planet of the Vampires UHD. It is region locked B. Yes, even the UHD is region locked. If you have one on the way from us and need to return it, please drop us an email. Please don't open it to double check. We have already verified. So the Planet of the Vampires UHD release, which I believe it's being released by, I forget the company, but they're in the Region B territory. They have Region B locked the Planet of the Vampires UHD. Now, Planet of the Vampires isn't going to be everybody's cup of tea. I know most people are like, Planet of the Vampires, never heard of it, don't care. But if it's starting with Planet of the Vampires, it's a good possibility it's going to expand. And that sucks. Again, one of the best things about 4K UHD for me, aside from the picture quality, is that they are natively region free. That may change in the near future. I certainly hope not. God, a region free 4K player would cost you hundreds. I don't know. I don't know how much it would cost, but I don't want to have to buy another player. You don't get Tubi in the UK, Mike? Really? You need a VPN. And lucky for you, I have a VPN deal. Go to surfshark.deals/Pizzow and use promo code Pizzow to get 85% off and 3 free months of Surfshark VPN. Connect your VPN to a US IP address, to a US server. Bada bing, bada boom. You got US Netflix, you got Tubi, you got it all. That's surfshark.deals/pizowell and use promo code pizowell at checkout. Hopefully this is an isolated incident with 4K locking. I doubt it. I doubt it. I would not be surprised if this doesn't become the norm very soon, particularly if it's companies who are from Region B territories, because they know that we're importing a lot of their stuff in. Like, hopefully, like Second Sight and 101 Films won't start doing this, because I know they know that a lot of their stuff is being imported in through places like Diabolic DVD. Yeah. Nobody's going to want to spend $400. Hopefully they aren't $400. Yeah, maybe 4K releases are now being written into contracts. That's a possibility. I mean, that's how they do. That's how they region lock Blu-ray content. Is somebody will license a title to one company that's only Region B, and then they may license the same title to an Arrow or Shot Factory who are Region A. So they get, they got money coming in from two different places. So I feel like some like Arrow and Second Sight may stay away from it if they can. I hope so. So yeah, that's weird news. I do believe it's some of the very first 4K UHD releases may have been region locked back in the day. I think I heard that. I don't know if it's true or not, but 4Ks have been region free for years and years and years. So hopefully, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Rotten Apple, you got a Michael Myers Chia head too? My Chia Michael grew a little hair in the back and some mold. Yeah, I probably need to go and cut mine and replant, because I think he's grown about as much as he's gonna grow. I think he's grown about as much as he's going to grow. Are you going to see Saw X in theaters? No, probably not. I'm just not a Saw guy. I've seen the first 4, but I really only remember the first one. And I think the first Saw is a good movie. I really do. Well, I saw Spiral too. Spiral's, Spiral's not great. But beyond Saw 4, I didn't see any of them, and I don't, I don't know. Just not really my thing. But I know there's a ton of Saw people out there, and I'm sure everybody's excited for Saw X. So, that's great. Tom Bumgardner, how you doing, sir? Have a family-owned theater about 5 miles down the road with $4 ticket prices. Small popcorn and soft drinks $1 each. Damn. But, I mean, does that theater get like, first run stuff or what? That's really cool. That's really cool. My nearest theater is like a family ran one, but they try and run it like it's an AMC or a Regal or whatever. And, ticket prices are high, concession prices are high, The seating is not that great. They used to enforce this bag policy where, like, if you had a bag that was larger than, I don't know what, like, you couldn't bring it in. But I think they may have laxed on that because, I mean, I think they desperately just need people in the theater at this point. The indie theater I went to growing up in West Virginia is still there to this day. 5 small screens, I think it is. Went back as an adult. Was surreal how little it had changed. Yeah. I did pick up the Vagrant Scratch. Yeah, I'm actually should have my review of it out. If not tomorrow, Tuesday. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Also, I saw somebody in the chat a little while ago asked when Mike the Horror Geek was going to be on the channel. We're going to do a Sunday night stream next week together. Me and Mike and maybe another guest. Well, most likely another guest. I'm not sure exactly who just yet, but I've got a couple of cool topics for us to discuss. I don't know. I don't know which one I want to do. Because I think one would be like a serious discussion and one would be a less serious but more fun discussion. What do you guys think? A serious discussion or a less serious, more fun discussion? Saw X should go straight to Tubi. Oh man, you're gonna piss a lot of people off. What's up, Chris C? How you doing? DJ Region Free is on an extended hiatus. Steve Peekaboo. Nice name. Did you hear about Best Buy Total Tech membership? Some 4Ks were over $45 if you don't have the membership. Really? I've not heard of that. Total Tech membership. I've never heard of that. Anybody familiar with that? Always Go Fun. Okay. All right. Yeah, there is supposed to be a Scream 6 TV spot during the Super Bowl. I do believe. I really miss Bill Paxton too. It's still hard to believe that he's gone, you know? Like, I don't know. Every time I think of Bill Paxton, it's like, it's just so odd to think like, yeah, he's not with us anymore. Oh, I heard about that new Flash trailer, Swaggy. I heard about that. I've not seen it, but somebody posted a picture of Michael Keaton as Batman on Twitter. I think that's cool, you know, seeing Michael Keaton as Batman again. I have really no interest in any comic book superhero movie, really. So, but it's cool that Michael Keaton's playing Batman again. Yeah, I don't think anybody. Hopefully, what this Flash movie is just going to do is reset everything, so that they can go into this new James Gunn DC universe. Which I saw James Gunn's video of him laying out like the next 20 years of DC movies, and the only movie that even remotely said anything to me was like a Swamp Thing movie. Like, if they do like a serious, dark, like borderline horror Swamp Thing movie, oh, I think that'd be cool. But I mean, will they? Yeah, I thought the Constantine sequel was actually happening. That's right, Anthony. Yes, Arrow's putting out Lover's Lane on Blu-ray. I think that's coming out in April. I'm looking forward to that one. I've always had a soft spot for that movie. There's a lot of like late 90s, early 2000s direct-to-video slashers that I have a really soft spot for. So I'm excited to check that one out. So I mentioned this earlier in the stream, and I'll mention it again. Hey, what's up, Isak? Oh, I'm your favorite horror YouTuber. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that very much. I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but I'll mention it again. If you see somebody in the chat whose name you don't recognize, who may be new to the stream or new to my channel, say hi, Say hi, welcome them to the stream. I think there's a lot of people who watch the streams, but for some reason, whether they're shy or they may be hesitant to want to join the chat or whatnot. But if you see a new name or, just say hi. Be welcoming. I'd appreciate that. Did I see Man Thing? I saw Man Thing in that one movie. What was that? It was a Disney Plus movie that came out last year. Werewolf. It was a werewolf movie that had Man Thing in it. I thought that was really cool. Is Lover's Lane better than Urban Legend 1 and 2? No. But it's a fun slasher. It's a fun slasher. Hey, there's Toronto Freddy. What's up, man? Gunn has actually said that Swamp Thing will be more of a horror movie. Good. I hope it is. I really hope it is. There's Trailer Park Slasher. What's up, Trailer Park Slasher? Werewolf by Night. You are correct. Yeah, that was a great movie. I loved Werewolf by Night. And that had some Man Thing action in it. Hey, Zombie Girl, what's up? Glad to see you. Oh, thank you, Zombie Girl. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm doing better. I think I'm at least 98%. Man Thing is on Tubi. Oh, so this is a whole different...
Yes, darling, what is it? Mother, this cloth smells of death.
Are we talking about the 2005 movie? I don't know if I've ever seen that. But is that based on the... Oh, what's the name of the... Yeah, isn't that the monster that's in like the Swamp Thing comics, Man Thing? Or am I wrong there? I don't know. I didn't read a whole lot of the Swamp Thing comics, unfortunately. Orman, thank you for the $2 super chat, man. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you, sir.
Mama. Yes, darling, what is it? Mother, this cloth smells of death.
Manuel Villarreal, thank you for the $5 super chat. Is The Outwaters on your radar? It just hit theaters this week, released by Cinedigm. It's a found footage, another experimental. It is on my radar. I've heard really good things about it. I know my buddy Dan from Flesh Wound Features actually saw it very recently. And he said he liked it. He didn't go into too many details. I didn't want him to go into too many details, but he said he liked it. He actually said that a theater goer was actually in the lobby crying because it got to them so much. So that's pretty hardcore. But yeah, I'm looking forward to The Outwaters. Hopefully it will Hopefully it'll be on streaming pretty soon, because that's a movie that's not going to be anywhere near me. That's for sure. No, Johnny, no bad enchiladas. Didn't eat any bad enchiladas. But I am feeling better. Thank you for asking. So I've heard the Flash trailer is really good. I've not watched it. I just saw a photo of Michael Keaton as Batman and thought, okay, cool. Dallas Jones, if Gunn could give us Slither, he can give us a good Swamp Thing. I hope so. What's up, Brandon Blankenship? How you doing, man? Okay, Man-Thing was a Marvel book. Swamp Thing was DC. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. For some reason, I was thinking Man-Thing was part of Swamp Thing. I don't know. I'm getting old, forgetful. Robert A., I've never read the graphic novel Witches. It's getting adapted, and I highly recommend it. Okay. I'll keep an eye out for it. I do like My Bloody Valentine 3D. Jeremy and I were going to do a My Bloody Valentine 3D live commentary on Friday, but I wasn't quite up for it, so... I do apologize for that. Outwaters is everything everyone acted like Skinamarink was. Cool. I wonder if Outwaters will get the same kind of attention Skinamarink did. Why are horror reboots more sexual than the originals? I've always wondered this. Isak, that's an interesting question. I don't know if I've... Which ones in particular are you talking about? Drum Smash, what's going on? Am I excited for the I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot? It's a sequel. It's a direct sequel, isn't it? With Freddie Prinze and Jennifer Love Hewitt back, right? That's what I thought I heard. Am I more of a Full Moon or Troma guy? I'm more Full Moon than Troma. Richard Staines, you're watching Friday the 13th Part 5 instead of the football? Cool. That's a good choice. Oh, so the Super Bowl's tied now. Okay. Interesting. Let's talk about the Netflix password sharing debacle, because they've been talking about doing this password sharing eliminate. At one point, their motto was caring is sharing your password. They did an about face on that recently, and they've been warning that they're going to crack down on password sharing. And apparently that, but see, I'm not sure what's happened here, because at first I heard that they said no, we didn't mean that. We didn't mean that. They kind of backed off from that. But now I hear that like they're doing it's happening again. And like but what they're wanting to implement now is like an additional fee if you password share. Like at first I heard that like you had to sign into Netflix from a central location, like your home location, at least once a month in order to like password share. But now they're going with this like $8 fee.
Mama. Yes, darling, what is it?
So you can password share?
Mother, this
Can somebody tell me what's going on here?
Death.
Michael K, thank you for the $5 super chat, man. Thank you. I really hope Severin does another release of The Four Flies on Grey Velvet 4K. It pains me I didn't jump on that one. I would not be surprised if they didn't. Only maybe didn't include the soundtrack, which the soundtrack is great, but I think without the soundtrack, that release would have been probably $25 at least cheaper. So, but thank you for that, Michael. I appreciate it. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Put it that way. What's up, Jeff? How you doing tonight, man? I'm good, Drum Smash. Yeah, I'm feeling better. Thank you. If they catch you sharing, they will charge you more. Okay. I've been getting free Netflix for years through some kind of glitch. Good for you, Trash Stash. Good for you. So what I initially heard was this like home location thing. You had to log in from a home location at least once a month. What's up, MNK? How you doing? I've not checked out the Dentist release yet, and it's a standard Blu-ray, not a 4K. Just a standard Blu-ray. But I've not had a chance to check either of them out yet. I hope you're doing well, MNK. So what I heard at first was like this central location crap. You had to log in from a central location once a month, and apparently they backed off that, but now they're doing this additional fee thing that in like Canada and New Zealand and Spain and Portugal. And that will eventually expand to us as well. Unless you're like the Trash Stash and you somehow get it for free. So if they catch you sharing, they're going to charge you more. Okay. All right. Peeps have been giving me their Netflix passwords in the past, but I feel like too much of a leech to use them. I'll subscribe when I want to watch something. Yeah. I shared a Netflix password for a long time, and I think I watched one or two things during the whole time I had it. So I'm not missing out on that much. I don't know. There's not a whole lot on Netflix I want to watch. I mean, like I really don't care about Stranger Things anymore. I do love Cobra Kai. I just recently caught up on the last season of Cobra Kai. I loved the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie they did. Hopefully they'll do more of those in the future. If it's successful in boosting their profits, it'll probably become the norm across the board. Yeah, I mean, that's probably right. You're probably right there, Chris. Oh, that's right, Swaggy. Yeah, you're getting your Netflix through the mail, old school style. Yep, I see those posts on Instagram. I see those posts. Man, I'm surprised they even still do that. Oh man, I'm shocked. And what's even funnier is like, because they would just ship those discs in like a little thin mailer. I don't know how, like I never, well, I take that back. I think I received one time that was broken. But I mean, I was renting like 3 of those things a week. And like every week. And I only received one that was broken in all that time. A lot of people have FOMO problems. Occasionally I have a FOMO problem myself. I signed up years ago with a prepaid card. It still lets me log in even though the card is empty. Hey man, good for you, Trash Stash. Good for you. It scared your mom, Ben. She called immediately after the news telling me not to use my dad's account anymore. I haven't used his Netflix in a decade. LOL. That's funny. I've not seen Stranger Things 4, season 4. I don't know. I just don't have any. it took me forever to finally catch up on the last season of Cobra Kai, and I love Cobra Kai. So maybe at some point I'll catch up on Stranger Things. I don't know. I kind of feel like that series. I don't know. That series should have been like a one and done. Like, how many more seasons are they going to have? Like Stranger Things, the college years, and Stranger Things, Eleven's first divorce, and Stranger Things, I don't know, midlife crisis. Because those kids aren't kids anymore. Will I be watching Five Nights at Freddy's movie? Nah, probably not. And Jeremy doesn't care anything about Five Nights at Freddy's. So, nah. Netflix by mail has they've got the DVD option still too. Wow, DVD and Blu-ray option. Wow. The entire run of Unsolved Mysteries is on Peacock. I've been enjoying that. Yeah. I'm kind of when I'm bored, I'll just kind of go to a random episode of Unsolved Mysteries, because they're also on Tubi and Freevee, and you can find them all on YouTube too. So, yeah. Which one was I watching today? Oh, it was the one that had Henry Rollins on it, where Henry Rollins and his buddy were walking back from the grocery store in the middle of the night when they got held up. And Henry Rollins, his buddy, got shot and killed. So, yeah, I was watching that one today, as a matter of fact. I remember Sightings, Richard. I loved Sightings, too. Yes, indeed. Dave, you must be paying more attention to the Super Bowl, because I already asked that question. Or I already answered that question, man. So clearly you are paying more attention to the Super Bowl. But anyway, yeah, Netflix, I don't know. There's just so much streaming stuff out there. There's so many different streaming platforms. Netflix just isn't really that special anymore, I don't think. Like, for a long time, Netflix was number one. And they may still technically be number one, but I don't know. But yeah, the password sharing days are over. I'm sorry. They're over. New Indiana Jones trailer came out. Oh, am I excited? No, I don't. Yeah. Not really. You're right. Yeah, Netflix just isn't unique anymore. It's not. Are there any haunted items in the man cave? If so, which ones? There is, as a matter of fact. It's got a very dark history. I don't want to show it to you, because it's kind of like the puzzle box from Hellraiser. If you see it, you'll desire it. And if you desire it, it will seek you out. And you don't possess it. It possesses you. So I have put it upon myself to hold on to this item so that it does not inflict itself on anyone else. But since you ask, I will show you the cursed item. But I've got to warn you, if strange things start to happen to you, it's your fault. It's not mine. I'm scared to even touch it. Just touching it, I feel the dark energy surging through it right now. It's very powerful. Hold on. Okay, I'm all right. I'm all right. I warned you. This is the accursed item. There you go. HBO Max is the best for me right now. HBO Max is good. I think I'm a subscriber to them. I was a subscriber to Hulu for a while, and then I cut them off. But I'm a subscriber to Peacock as well, and I still I still watch The Office. Not as much as I used to, but that's another one. Like if I'm bored, like if I'm picking up around the man cave, or if I'm like doing laundry, or whatever, or like if I'm working on a mask, I'll either listen to music or I'll put on The Office or Unsolved Mysteries. So lately, the go-to's been The Office, because I've kind of gotten back into The Office again, and watching some of my favorite episodes, like the Halloween episode from season 2, the Christmas episode from season 2, the merger in season 3. I think that's season. Or is that season 4? I don't remember. So, yeah. Hey, there's Dan. Dan, we were just talking about you a little while ago, man. I mentioned that you'd been to see the Outwaters, and let everybody know what you thought, without going into spoilers. And I know you won't. What did you think of the Outwaters? Is it living up? Has it lived up to the hype, or did it live up to the hype for you? My go-to season for The Office is, that's a tough one. I want to say season 2. I'll just say season 2 is my go-to. I'll just say that's my go-to. But season 3, 4, 5 are all really good. I even really like the James Spader season. People crap on the James Spader season. I really like the James Spader season. I'm a James Spader fan, but I like the Robert California character. The last season was, but yeah. Wait, somebody's talking crap about LA AIDS Jabber in the chat? LA AIDS Jabber is my cursed item. Won't let me throw it in the trash. Well, you shouldn't throw that in the trash. That's a classic. My wife loves Friends, playing in the background around the house. I never got into Friends. I never had any desire to get into Friends. Thoughts on the Hatchet movies, MNK7777? I'm not a fan. I don't like them. I just don't like them. I've got Amazon Prime. I've had Amazon Prime for forever. The Outwaters sounds like a bluegrass band. That'd be a good name for a bluegrass band. What do I rate Amityville Vibrator? I think Amityville Vibrator really provided the shot in the arm that series desperately needed. Is it a great movie? Yes. But I think it really revived it. I don't know. It's like it put the batteries back in the Amityville franchise. Gave it a much needed boost. 2 and 3 were the best, but 5 has a lot of good stuff. Michael Scott Paper Company. Yeah. The Michael Scott Paper Company is awesome. Yeah. When is that Winnie the Pooh? Yeah, who else is mad enough to see Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey opening night? All I want to know is, when is Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey coming on streaming? I want to watch that. Don't want to go to the theater. But I want to watch it. Did I ever try to get Frank Henenlotter on the show? No, I've never reached out to Frank Henenlotter. What's up, AbDB? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Did anybody see the Scream 6 Super Bowl spot? Was it good? Although I think I watched it on YouTube the other day. That's what it's supposed to be. They are making a Bambi horror movie. They're also making a Tinkerbell. The same guy who's done the Winnie the Pooh is also doing a Tinkerbell slasher movie. So, Piz, are the items in your horror cave cursed like in Friday the 13th series? They're pretty similar. It's pretty similar. Yeah. I'd say so. Yeah. But none of them are as accursed as this thing. This thing is just, and I warned you. You wanted to see it. So when weird things start to happen around your house, okay? I warned you. Kansas City won the Super Bowl. Well, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. They already have a sequel in production, and the producers are working on a Peter Pan horror film. Yeah. And I think Tinkerbell is supposed to be the killer in that. Yeah, Jim Wynorski would be an awesome Bloodstream interview. I've definitely thought of Jim Wynorski. I've actually exchanged messages with Jim Wynorski. He's open to do it. I'm intimidated by Wynorski. I mean, he's got such a body of work. I don't know. That's a Bloodstream that I'm afraid of. Riordan, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in over on Twitch. Going to get Alicia Silverstone's autograph on my Crush poster at 90s Con. She is charging $55 extra for character name and $43 extra for a 27 by 40 poster. Seems like a shame to me. She's charging extra for writing the character's name from the crush on the poster? Huh. And by the way, MNK7777, I love Jaws 2. I love Jaws 2. As much as I love Jaws, and I think it's a classic. I love it to death. I've seen it a million times. Jaws 2 for me is more watchable. I like, if I had the choice between watching Jaws and Jaws 2 right now, I'd watch Jaws 2. I love Jaws 2. I don't know. I mean, Alicia Silverstone was a big deal in the 90s, but that's odd that she'd want to charge that much extra for signing her character's name in the crush. Who even was her? What was her character's name in the crush? Who cares? That's really strange. Thank you all for 72 likes on the stream. If you've not dropped a like on the stream, please do so. I'd appreciate that. All right, Isak, take care, man. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate that. Blair Hathaway, I live in KC. It's nonstop fireworks right now. Well, cool. Congratulations, man, on the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. Eddie Wind, what's going on? The producer of Blood and Honey has like 30 DVDs in your local Walmart right now. I don't doubt that at all. Jaws 2 is getting a 4K release. Good. I'll definitely buy it. In Alicia Silverstone's defense, she isn't the best speller. Okay. Does that mean you've met Alicia, Big Crack Rock, and you've had her sign something that she misspelled? Somebody in the chat earlier asked if I was going to any conventions this year. Yeah, I'm planning on going to Scarefest again this year. They recently booked Clint Howard, which is somebody I've wanted to meet for a long time. So, want to meet Clint Howard. And there's a convention in Nashville. What is that called? I think it's called the Nashville Tattoo and Horror Convention. Yep, that's it. Nashville Full Moon Tattoo and Horror Festival is what it's called. That's in Nashville, Tennessee. And they've got Nick Castle there. Well, they've got Nick Castle, Bill Moseley, Kane Hodder, Richard Brake, Dee Wallace, Larpark Lincoln, Seth Gilliam, Jeff Daniel Phillips, William Catt, Danny Lloyd, Mark Burnham, Christopher Nelson, John Dugan, Danny Hassel. So far, and the person I'm really going to meet there is Dick Weand, Roy. He is one of the few A New Beginning cast members that I've not met. So I need to meet Roy, get him to sign a hawk for me, get him to sign my my poster back there. And yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I might meet Nick Castle too. Maybe get him to sign a Myers mask for me. Other than that, I mean, I'd meet Danny Lloyd. You know, the kid from The Shining. Of course, he's no longer a kid. So there you go. And Richard Brake is cool. I liked him in Barbarian. Thought he was good in 3 from Hell. Thought he looked great as the Night King in Game of Thrones. They should have kept him as the Night King, really. Yeah, Clint Howard. I know. I'm excited to get to meet Clint Howard. Out of the three, which do you think released the best, Scream Factory, Arrow, or Vinegar Syndrome? Right now, I'd say Vinegar Syndrome. Yeah, Manuel, I have heard they announced the Halloween 45 Years of Terror convention. I mean, that's something I'd love to go to. It's pretty far away, and getting tickets, I've heard, is going to be very difficult. So if I could get, some tickets, maybe a couple of tickets, I don't know. It's only, 23,000 miles away, or 2,300 miles away, I think. So just 2,300 miles away, I think. Let's see. How far is it from... All right. Pasadena, California. And let's see, from my location, it is, 2,200 miles. That's pretty close. Pretty close. $33 hours. 32 to 33 hours by car. Of course, I'd probably fly, but I don't know. You met Roy in Cincinnati, Horrorman. He's super nice. I've heard he's very nice. So that's cool. That's cool. You should fly, Piz, make it your maiden voyage. I know. I've never flown before. I don't know. It'd make one hell of a video. No, Steve, I didn't pick up anything during the full moon Valentine's sale. I didn't know full moon had a Valentine's sale. I thought you were talking about the Vinegar Syndrome one. I didn't pick up anything during the Vinegar Syndrome one either. Pugs is going to be at the... Okay. Does Pugs have a hookup for tickets? Because I think I'm going to have to get tickets. I may need to have a hookup. And Sean Clark and I aren't on that. We're not on that level. And I think even if we were, he'd probably still be like, screw you. We're here to make money, is what he'd say. The weather here is cold. I've met Sean Clark. I've also had I did an interview with Sean Clark years ago for like this podcast thing that I was doing. It's on my channel. You can find it. But I definitely wouldn't say that we're pals. So anyway, let's talk briefly about Scream 6. I saw something funny about Scream 6. See if I can find. Okay, here we go. So MGM has put together a killer odds list for Scream 6. Kind of like how they do the odds on, sporting events and, whatnot. These are their odds for who is going to be the killer in Scream 6. And I don't exactly know how to read these things necessarily, but at a plus 400 is Anika, a plus 465 Chad, a plus 510 Mindy. It kind of looks like Mindy's going to die, though, in the trailer. I don't know. We'll see. I'll ask him. Oh, wait, Sean is hosting that. Pugs hates him from a previous incident with the Halloween tour, so I must have misunderstood. Okay. All right. Yeah, ask if Pugs has a hookup. See if maybe we can, work something out. Oh, okay. So no way Pugs is going to that now. Okay. All right. So yeah, I don't, I'm guessing the more plus something is the more likely they are the killer. The negative is the least likely. Like Jason is negative 575. I guess he's the least likely to be the killer. Sam is a negative 450, but Tara is plus 120. Tara is, the sister, right? Tara's, the woman from Wednesday. Why can't I think of her name? Anyway, So yeah, there's that's MGM's odds for the most likely to be Ghostface, and it looks like Gail's got a plus 520. Jenna Ortega, yes, thank you, Manuel. Thank you, Manuel. So does that mean Gail is the most likely to be the killer or to be a Ghostface? Kirby is a negative 500. I saw somebody earlier in the chat mention that Kevin Williamson said that there's no way that Stu's dead. In the Scream universe, Stu is dead, right? Because he didn't appear in Scream 3. So he's dead. But Kirby was dead, right? Kirby was dead. How many Scream movies did Dewey get, cut up like a holiday roast? But then he came back he didn't die. So, Stu just had a television drop on his head. I'm not somebody who thinks it should be Stu. But then again, they want to be so fan servicey with these new Scream movies. Like, I don't put it past them. Really. I don't put it past them. And I think the ultimate fan service would be like in the next movie, they pull the mask off and it's Stu there and he's got like scars on his face. Maybe like one wide eye from, the television falling on him. So I wouldn't put it past them because they seem really bereft of ideas. So all they want to do is fan service. So yeah, but it shouldn't be Stu. It shouldn't be Stu. Also, they leaked. There was a leak that there is a surprise cameo, or I'm sorry, a secret cameo in Scream 6. So one of the big Scream websites, I think maybe it's Hello Sydney or whatever, they did a cast rundown here. And as you can see here highlighted, it said secret unrevealed cameo and name of secret character. Who could that be? Who could the secret unrevealed cameo be? A lot of people have speculated that it's going to be Sydney, like she's going to pop up at the end or something like that. I don't think that's going to happen. Chris strongly believes it should be Stu. Okay, all right. I don't think it's going to be a cult of ghost faces. I do think there's going to be multiple ghost faces in this movie. And by that, I mean more than two. But anyway, so who could the secret cameo be? Patrick Dempsey says PYSO podcast. Jamie Kennedy, maybe, says the Trash Stash. Nah, Jamie Kennedy already had his cameo in 2. He didn't leave behind that many videos. Drew Barrymore? I don't think so. Oh, wait a minute. Minus means they are most likely? Really?
Yes, darling, what is it? Mother, this cloth smells of death.
Geriatric Geek, thank you for the $5 super chat. In gambling, the minus numbers are the most likely. Just opposite of what I said. Really? Okay. That shows you I'm not much of a gambler. Let's go back to that then. Let's go back. So the most minus means the more likely. So let's see. Who's the most minus? Jason, 575. They're saying he's the most likely. Chad, minus 450. Wait a minute, Kirby. They've got Kirby at minus 500 as well. Sam, minus 450. So they're betting that Sam has completely lost it. And she snapped, you know. I guess the visions of Billy and her killing her boyfriend, who was one of the killers in the last movie, just caused her to snap, and now she's Ghostface and she doesn't even realize it. You know, she just wakes up in the morning and she's holding a bloody knife and there's blood all over, and there's the old half destroyed mask in her lap, and she's like, what happened? Maybe it's the spirit of Stu. Maybe that's how Stu will be in it. The spirit of Stu will possess her. Okay. And then we'll have like a spirit Billy versus Stu fight. So according to MGM, Jason, is Jason just like another random boyfriend? Like, how many random boyfriends can be killers in these Scream movies? Kirby, negative 500. That's something. We got Chad. No, Chad is a plus. I'm sorry. And then Sam at negative 450. So they're saying the top 3 candidates for Ghostface in Scream 6, Jason, Kirby, and Sam. Wow. All right. Interesting. All right. Interesting. I can't see them bringing back Kirby just to make her the killer. That seems like negative fan service. Like, you know, the fans wanted her back, so they're like, we're not going to have Sydney, so let's bring her back, and you know, we'll appease the fans with Kirby over Sydney. But to make her the killer, I don't know if that'd fly. Unless It's like a Mission Impossible movie. And like they peel the mask off. They're wearing like a Sydney mask or a Kirby mask. And underneath it, there's somebody else. Could happen. Could happen. And there's who is the least likely then? Gail. Okay. Gail's the least likely with 520. Okay. Chad is the next least likely, it looks like. All right. All right. All right. So the secret cameo is Taco Man. That'd be funny. That'd be funny. So I think the secret cameo, honestly, is going to be David Arquette. I think it's going to be Dewey. I think Dewey probably sent Gail like a video message, kind of like Randy did in Scream 2. And Gail will watch that video message just before she dies. Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Not that spectacular. Always, it's Occam's razor. What's the most likely? The most likely is usually it, right? So we'll get another little fan service pop for Dewey popping up in a video. Gail will watch the video and then Ghostface will kill her. So the last thing Dewey saw before he died was Gail calling him. The last thing Gail sees before she dies is Dewey's video. Poetic, isn't it? Then they'll be together forever in the sweet hereafter. No, Jeremy wasn't disappointed that we didn't stream on Friday. He rolls with the punches. You know, he doesn't. Nah. I was like, we'll go get Taco Bell later, and he was like, okay. So that made up for it. I don't know. We may try and do something. Let's see. Valentine's Day's Tuesday. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it Tuesday. Well, no, can't do it Tuesday. I don't know. It was my fault. I wasn't feeling good. So anyway, that's my prediction for the mystery cameo. It's going to be Dewey. If that's true, you should get a writer's cred, Piz. I'll take it. Gail cannot die. It just seems like the whole point of bringing back these legacy characters is to just kill them off. I mean, unfortunately. Are there any good Easter horror films? Critters 2 takes place during Easter. There's a great scene in Critters 2 where a guy wearing a bunny costume gets some of the critters inside him, or inside the bunny costume. That's a fun scene. Critters 2 is really good. Highly recommend it. Really fun movie. Really fun. What if a de-aged Kennedy on an old dug-up tape? I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, who knows? My guess is Dewey, though. My guess is Dewey. Secret cameo is Harvey Weinstein. I'd say the odds on that are a plus infinity. It's not going to happen. Thank you all for 80 likes on the stream. If you've not dropped a like on the stream, please do so. I'd appreciate that. I kind of just wish they'd bring back Stu so they can end the franchise on a bang instead of rinse and repeat storylines every film. Well, I'm interested to find out how the old mask got into this one, because I mean clearly they're going to say that. Gosh, I'm losing my voice. This is the most I've talked in like 2 weeks since I've been sick. So, I'm interested in how the mask, because I mean clearly that mask is supposed to be like, you know, I'm guessing the mask that Billy wore in the first movie, or that Billy and, you know, I don't know. Did Billy and Stu both have costumes, or did they share a costume? And if they shared the same costume, do you think that, like, you know, in between wearing it, like, you know, Billy or Stu would, like, you know, wipe the inside of the mask out with like a, you know, really clean it out, you know? Because I mean, that's kind of gross if they just wore the same mask, you know? Because, you know, they'd be sweating in that thing, and, you know, they'd be like, you know, spitting and stuff in it. It'd just be nasty. Hopefully they disinfected it between usages. Kyle, how you doing, buddy? Dewey hates NYC per Scream 5, so makes sense. Yeah. Or they shared and intentionally went commando. No, they didn't. Well, no, they didn't go commando. No. You could see the black jeans they were wearing. They were high school kids way before COVID. They were not cleaning that mask. I'd be like, you know, where's a wet wipe? We got to clean this thing out, man. Like you're putting in hard work in it. I know you're drooling inside of it. I know you're spitting inside of it. A lot of sweat going on there. You know, I'm cleaning this thing out before I put it on. And after I use it, I'd suggest you do the same. I mean, you're going to get a bad rash at least, you know, from all that perspiration in there, you know? At the very least, you're getting a rash. 345 Akimbo, take care, man. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I checked out of Scream after 4, Anthony. Yeah, I kind of checked out a Scream after 3, really. And 4 didn't help anything. Scream 5's okay. Was the Scream show any good? Yeah, I actually got into the Scream show. I went back. I went and rewatch. I didn't rewatch. I watched them all for the first time, at least the first 2 seasons. Sometime last year, and I thought they were pretty good. Like the first 2 seasons are pretty good, but then like season 3, it's a completely different. Like they left season 2 on kind of a cliffhanger, but then season 3 is a whole different cast and a whole different story. And it's like, well, so I think I watched half an episode of season 3 and I was like, yeah. But the first 2 seasons I thought were actually, you know, pretty good. That's right, Horror Orman. Yes, Mindy Clark's going to be at Scarefest. Yes, indeed. Sydney's just not going to be in this one at all. She's not going to be in it at all. It's just not going to happen. Oh, you like the 3rd season, Chris? Okay, all right. Maybe I should go back and give it another shot. See, it was very jarring after pretty much machine gunning the first 2 seasons back to back and then going right into the third one and being like, why are they, what's the point? So I don't know, maybe I'll go back and try season 3 again. Met Melinda at Flashback Weekend. She's so sweet. Hopefully you'll get to come back to Scarefest this year, Chris. Maybe we can talk some of the crew from last year to come back to Scarefest this year. I'm sure they'll be adding a lot more people before October too. So horror movie fan 2007, Alex, how are you? X-Ray, the Valentine slasher. Yes, I like X-Ray. Yep, that's a fun slasher. Yeah, I like X-Ray. I was actually about to rewatch X-Ray for the first time in probably 3 or 4 years the other night on Tubi, but I decided to I did something else instead. I don't remember, but I've got it in my list, and I've got the Scream Factory Blu-ray back there too. Probably should just put in the Blu-ray, but yeah, X-Ray's fun. Terry Moyers, I'll be at Scarefest. Looking forward to meeting some of the peeps from Terrifier. Yeah, I'd like to meet David Howard Thornton, at least. I could have met them all in New Jersey last year, but yeah, they were just every time I looked back at their little area, they were constantly swamped. So. Yes, Barbie Benton in X-Ray. My goodness. Yes. Megavania fan, how you doing? Oh, Sam, you should definitely check out Savage Streets. That's a great freaking movie, man. That is a great freaking movie. My fiance Amber and I are going to Pensacon in Pensacola, Florida to meet Matthew Lillard, Skeet Ulrich, and Jamie Kennedy Piz. Oh, cool. Cool. I wish I would have met Matthew Lillard a few years ago when he was at Scarefest, but I didn't, unfortunately. He seemed like a really nice guy. Now, if you want to meet him, I mean, you're going to be standing in line. Scream is hot again. Who's looking forward to Terrifier 3? I'm looking forward to Terrifier 3. I also heard that Damien Leone has got Terrifier 4 planned out too. So Terrifier 4 will be the end of the Terrifier saga.
Mama. Yes, darling, what is it? Mother, this cloth smells of death.
Thank you, Miss Shade, for the $4.99 super chat. Very kind of you. I appreciate that. Hey, Piz, have you watched The Collector with Terrence Stamp yet? No. Let me... is this a 1965 film? I have not seen it. I do like Terrence Stamp, though. Great actor. A man kidnaps a woman and holds her hostage just for the pleasure of having her there. That sounds pretty twisted. It's interesting. Nice stream as usual, Piz. One of my favorite people to watch. Got your stream playing on my laptop and have Casino on my TV. Ah, okay. Watching me and Casino. Nice. Very cool, M&K. You go get my money or I'll put your brain to sleep. You put my money to sleep. You go get my money or I'm going to put your brain to sleep. I'm going to add the collector to my list, though, Mishra Shade. But thank you for that super chat. I appreciate it. Swaggy, you ordered a Baroque portfolio for your posters. Thank you for your advice. Oh, you're very welcome. Those Baroque portfolios are super nice, man. Super nice. Hey Perry, how you doing? Robert England is charging $140 now for an autograph. I think that's around how much I paid for his photo op last year. It was like $120, $140, something like that, I think. I don't remember how much the autograph was, though, when I got my Nightmare poster autographed. That was a few years back. Watched The Boneyard today. Crazy zombie movie. Liked how they did the ghouls with elongated faces and bodies. Zombie poodle especially. Boneyard. Don't know if I'm familiar with that one. Yes, I did. I heard that Violent Night is getting a sequel. Yes. You ran into a copy of Storm Warning yesterday from Jamie Blanks. Plan on watching it soon. It's good. It's good, Chris. You'll enjoy it. It definitely deserves more appreciation. Somebody asked if have you seen Wolf Creek, says Alex. Yes, I've seen Wolf Creek. I like Wolf Creek. I wasn't a big fan of the sequel, though. But I did like the first one. I remember back in the 90s before the cons blew up, got Robert's autograph and photo op for free because the haunted houses were doing promos to get people in the good old days. Wow. Okay. I mean, back in the day, way back in the day, guests at conventions were free. They were. You paid to get in. And you got photographs and autographs for free. That was a long, long time ago, but it happened. It happened. Any feelings on The House Where Evil Dwells? I don't know if I've seen that one, Cliff. Don't Go in the House, Troy. It's been a long time. Is that the one where the guy burns people alive with a flamethrower if they go into his house? I think that's Don't Go in the House, right? It's been a long time since I've seen that one, Troy. I don't remember liking it very much, but it's been a while. So I mentioned it earlier in the stream. Next Sunday, I'm going to do a Sunday night stream with Mike, the horror geek, and probably have another guest on as well. I'm not exactly sure who just yet, but I'd narrowed it down to 2 different topics, one being a more serious topic and the other being a less serious but more fun topic. So I think we're going to go with the more fun, less serious topic this time around. And we'll save the more serious topic for another night. So, but that's going to be fun. Mike is a really cool guy. The Horror Geek, I'm sure most, if not all of you, are familiar with his channel. He does a lot of great stuff over there. Really nice guy, really cool guy. So that'll be a really fun stream next Sunday. And we'll most likely add another guest. Not quite sure who just yet. But yeah, so mark your calendars for next Sunday for that stream. That'll be fun. Hey, Pizowell, super late. I'll drop you my Twitch sub and rewatch the stream later. Oh, well, thank you, Jobu. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you, man. Speaking of Twitch, we've got Cotton Eye Joe watching. Looking for a horror movie to watch. Could you recommend a few that are not well known? Ooh, Cotton Eye Joe, that's a good question. What kind of horror are you into? You into slashers? You into monster movies? I don't know. What are you into? Vampires? Werewolves? What floats your boat? We'll see if we can't help you out a bit. And if you've not dropped a like on this stream, please do so.
Ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby.
Thank you, Joe Boo, for subscribing over on Twitch. I appreciate that, man. Very kind of you. Bacon Pew Pew, you watched Neon Maniacs for the first time a few days ago. It was fun. Oh, God, I love Neon Maniacs. Cotton Eye Joe, if you've not seen the movie Neon Maniacs, highly recommend it. It's on Tubi. And Jobo, you've been subscribed for 3 months, man. Thank you. So there's one Cotton Eye Joe, Neon Maniacs. You'll enjoy that. Fun movie. It's kind of that movie kind of covers all the bases, doesn't it? I mean, it's a slasher movie, but there's monsters. You know, it covers all the bases. Can't go wrong with it. I also plan on doing more watch parties on Twitch too. I was going to try and do one of those the other night, just out of the blue, when I was feeling kind of down, but I ended up just going to bed, and I slept for about 12 hours straight. So, but I will do more watch parties in the near future. Ends is the greatest Halloween film since Part 3, says Chris. Wow, that's a bold statement. Very bold statement. Tourist Trap is a good one. Troy throws Tourist Trap out there. Cotton Eye Joe, Tourist Trap. Look into it. Are there any movies I like watching better on VHS or DVD over Blu-ray? Not really, no. I was always afraid of watching I wouldn't say afraid. I was reluctant to watch like a really good quality version of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because, you know, in my mind, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is, you know, the first time I saw it was on an ancient VHS and it looked like it was on an ancient VHS. So, I mean, it was already kind of a raw movie, but that made it even more so. So, like when it started coming out on Blu-ray and now it's coming out on 4K, like when it first announced that it was coming out on Blu-ray. I remember thinking like, oh man, it's going to look too nice. It's going to look too good. That's not Texas Chainsaw Massacre to me. But, you know, it looks great. And it didn't take anything away from the movie. Doesn't take anything away from the movie. Cocaine Bear. Yeah, I forgot about Cocaine Bear. When's that coming out? Shouldn't that be out pretty soon? I have high hopes for Cocaine Bear. And I hope that Cocaine Bear creates a whole new, you know, animal nature running amok kind of series of movies. Cocaine Bear, Heroin Hawk, Methamphetamine Mule, Ecstasy Eel. You know, I don't know. I mean, you know, the possibilities are endless, really. Oh, did you hear that? That was my ankle popping. Damn. Ketamine Elephant. I'd watch that in a second. I want a Pooh versus Cocaine Bear spinoff. I've still not watched the Death Wish remake with Bruce Willis. Bacon. PCP Penguin, yeah. What about freebasing ferret? You know, freebase ferret. That would be one hell of a movie. A ferret who freebases. I'm still trying to sue Cocaine Bear for ripping off my story. Nice. Crack Crocodile. All right, Richard Stange, have a good night, man. Thanks for hanging out. Fentanyl Frog, I like that. Yeah, oh my God. A frog on fentanyl? Yeah. Max Pal LSD Lobster. Poor lobster. Bath Salt Badger. I like that one. Bath Salt Badger. Yes. Those bath salts, man, they turn you. I mean, good Lord, those bath salts. Cocaine Chihuahua. Most Chihuahuas already act like they're on cocaine. My mom's Chihuahua, even though she's getting older, still acts like she's on cocaine. She zips around the house and she's all over you and, you know. Viagra Giraffe. Interesting. Viagra Giraffe. Wow. Goodness gracious. That would be a horror movie. The Shining or The Exorcist? Oh, Muhammad. Damn. Damn, that's a tough one. Oh. I think The Exorcist is the better movie, but I think The Shining has more rewatchability than The Exorcist. I have to be in a certain mood to watch The Exorcist.
Mama. Yes, darling, what is it?
Mother, this cloth smells of death.
Bismo Funyuns, thank you for the $5 super chat, my friend. I appreciate that very much. Hey, Piz, gotta pass out. Just wanted to say hi and glad you're feeling better. Give my best to Jeremy. I will do that. You can bet. And thank you, man. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the generosity. Appreciate that very much. Viagra Giraffe would be a VSU for sure. Yeah. 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 Shermstick Shark. Heroin Hawk starring Ethan Hawke. Oh, man. What do you guys in the chat say? The Shining or The Exorcist? You got to pick one. The Shining or The Exorcist? Thanks for those two recommendations. Slasher movies all day long. I wish I could find something along the lines of Return of the Living Dead classic. Gosh, what about okay, so you want like a good zombie movie. A more obscure but really good zombie movie. Have you ever seen The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue? It's not quite as punk rock or energetic as Return of the Living Dead, but I think you'd like it. Really good zombie flick. Burial Ground is a freaking hilarious Italian zombie flick. Highly recommend it. If you're in the mood for some good cheese. If you want to try a different kind of zombie movie, that's still zombies, but is a little different, I would, oh crap. I've forgotten its name. Synapse put it out on Blu-ray recently. Daggone it. Somebody help me here in the chat. Thank you, CJM. Tombs of the Blind Dead. Tombs of the Blind Dead. Or Tomb of the Blind Dead. So there's you some good zombie flicks, man. Let's see, what are we The Exorcist, The Shining, Exorcist, Shining, Exorcist, Shining, Exorcist, Shining, Exorcist, 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 Shining, Shining, Exorcist, Shining. Exorcist 3 is better than The Exorcist. I love The Exorcist 3. I don't think I'd say it's pretty close. I love The Exorcist 3. Both in my top 3, but Exorcist is my number 1, says Ken. So it looks like The Exorcist is winning this little poll. But not by much, though. Still a lot of love for The Shining. Living Dead at Manchester Morgue was fantastic. Yeah, great movie. Pontypool. Yeah, Pontypool. I need to rewatch Pontypool. Hell of the Living Dead. Yeah, if you're in the right mood, Hell of the Living Dead's a fun zombie flick. Hey, Grave Dank, how's it going, man? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Invaders from Mars got a Blu-ray from Scream Factory. Bacon Pew Pew. It might be out of print. Zombievers is fun. Yes, Zombievers is fun, Ben. Of course, Fulci Zombie. I just assumed that he probably knew Fulci Zombie. But you shouldn't assume. Usu, man, you know every horror film known to mankind. Not all of them. Dance of the Dead is good. Yeah, I forgot about Dance of the Dead. Yep, that's a fun one. Nightlife from '89 is a lesser-known zombie film. Yeah, there's also a vampire film from around that same time called Nightlife with Ben Cross that I like. I wish that would get a physical media release. Sam says, I think Exorcist 2 is the real champ here. You'd be alone on that island, my friend. You'd be alone on that island. Oh, Nightmare City is Nightmare City is a lot of fun, Jobu. Yeah, not really. Well, kind of, sort of, more of like a pandemic movie. Kind of like 84, or what is it? 28 Days Later. Yummy. I feel like I've heard of Yummy, but I don't think I've seen it. All right. Plot synopsis here sounds interesting. An orgy of blood, violence, and fun in which a young couple travel to a shabby Eastern European hospital for plastic surgery. Once there, things unravel. You had me at orgy of blood, violence, and fun. I've heard of Yummy, but I've not seen it. Oh, it's on Shudder. Okay. I've skipped past it on Shudder, I'm sure. I'll have to add that one to the list. Picked up the 4K for Madman and Edge of the Axe Blu-ray for $23 total today. Good deal, Sam. Good deal. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a stream there because I feel like I'm about to lose my voice. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Even though the Super Bowl was going for at least half the stream, still had a pretty good turnout. I appreciate it. Can we get to 100 likes? We're 4 likes away from 100. Can we get to 100 likes before we call it a night? Let me do some shout outs here. Shout out to the PlayStation 9, MNK7777, Reordrin, and Cotton Eye Joe for tuning in over on Twitch. Thank y'all for hanging out with me over on Twitch. Shout out to Bacon Pew Pew for continuing his channel membership. Thank you, sir. Shout out to Static for the $2 super chat. Shout out to Horror Orman for the $2 super chat. Thank you, Manuel Villarreal, for the $5 super chat. Thank you, Michael K, for the $5 super chat. Thank you, Geriatric Geek, for the $5 super chat. Thank you, Mishra Shade, for the $4.99. And thank you, Bismo Funyuns. Love that name. For the $5 super chat. I appreciate that very much, y'all. And let's see who's still with me here on YouTube. We got Jobu, Reverend Jim Jones. We've got the Trash Stash, Sam Thomason, Bacon Pew Pew, Jeff Spicoli. There's my buddy Dan from Flesh Wound Features, Chris from Slasher Home Video. Go check out both of their channels. We got Zombie7979, Swaggy G, Chris C, Fight the Good Fight, Ben Grimm, Cliff Booth. So we got Horror Orban still here with us. Scratch Burno, Mohammed, Chris C, Max Powell, Grave Dank, Troy Sailing, Usu, Saw a number of new names, or at least unfamiliar names in the chat tonight, which I think is great. And I appreciate you all welcoming some of the new folks, or at least some of the folks who may be a little reluctant or shy when it comes to engaging in the chat. Ken from Mid-Level Media also has a great channel. Go check him out. The Creaky Ohioan. I like that name. I'm sorry, the Creaky Ohioan. Ohioan. Thank you. Anthony Oliver, Ingbert Rottingden, K. Crow, Horror Collections 13, Robert A., Movie Fan, Cliff Booth, CJM, Wander This World 97, Richard Stange. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in tonight. This has been a lot of fun. There's Perry. Thank you for tuning in, Perry. Rick Hunter, thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your Sunday night. I will see you guys again very soon. Remember, next Sunday, I will be streaming with Mike, the Horror Geek, from the Horror Geek YouTube channel, and possibly a couple other, at least one other guest. But I got some reviews coming out this week on the channel. Got the Vagrant Arrow Blu-ray coming out. I'm planning on doing a food review video with Jeremy. We're going to try something that neither one of us, we're going to try a food item that neither one of us have ever tried before. Okay? So that's going to be a fun one. And yeah, all right. So take care, be well, and until next time, peace.